time. The original Monday Night Football music. You know what it needs? It needs a little bit of guitar. That's what we need. I mean, break out those axes. Let's go. Let's hit it. Might be Jimi Hendrix. Although it does sound a little bit like George Benson. Dickie Betts. All I know is it's sweet. Oh, don't even lie. Your head's popping like crazy. Of course, Football Friday means the often imitated, never duplicated Friday trifecta as well. Your chance to win great prizes each and every week. We're giving away prizes by picking games against the spread. And this is open to everyone in the sound of my voice, whether you're listening over the air in Alabama or Tennessee or on the stream in Virginia or Georgia, Florida, and beyond. Get into the Friday trifecta. Let's bring this sucker home right here. It's just absolutely, I feel like I need a cigarette after that, and I don't even smoke. I mean, it's just absolutely tremendous stuff. All right, this is going to be a good one here. Now, remember, we're tracking your wins throughout the season, all season long. And with the season-long winner of the Friday trifecta, they'll pick up the outstanding VIP package at the TransPerfect Music City Bowl. I'm talking about, club level seats, pregame meal, parking. It's worth the parking alone, the $30 parking ticket alone. I mean, it's an outstanding package. It'll be the SEC versus the Big Ten. And look, this one here today carries a bonus multiplier as well, since we have an epic World Series, which is about to begin. The 12th time the Yankees and Dodgers get together in the Fall Classic. So you make your picks. You get 1 point for each of the first, or 1 point for the first 3 games. That's the trifecta. All right. The first 3 games are the trifecta. So you get 1 point if you get the trifecta right. Then you get 2 additional points if you add the bonus pick. Add the bonus game, and you get 2 additional points. But you can double whatever your point total is by getting the World Series winner and how many games right. So in other words, if you had a 1 point week and you got the World Series and how many games, you get 2 points. If you had a 3 point week and you got the World Series right and the winner right, and then how many games, then you get 6 points. And by the way, 6 points is our lead right now. All right. So, I mean, you literally can jump into the lead today, just like that. Kyle and Wolverine Dan are leading the way with 6 points each. Then we've got a whole host of guys that have 3 points. Some guys with 2 points and a bunch of other guys that are on the board. So this is your chance to jump in. We're going to start this one off in Lexington, where Auburn.
Are you guys going to put us in with 3 losses in the playoff?
We are Auburn.
Gets 2.5 points at Kentucky.
Joseph to the 5, touchdown, Kentucky.
We need another punch in the mouth.
Yeah. John Calipari's not even there anymore, and he's still talking about him. Missouri.
You want to boo me? Fine. You know, boo the starting quarterback. It's bull crap.
Gets 16.5 in Tuscaloosa.
What the hell's going on?
I don't know. We don't know. We're not really sure. We're not sure, Coach. LSU.
I have a Boston, Midwestern, Louisiana accent.
Gets 2.5 at A&M.
A&M bought every player.
in our bonus. The by God Atlanta Falcons.
There is no way the Falcons are drafting Michael Penix.
Remember when Mike Johnson came on the show before the draft?
There is no way the Falcons are drafting Michael Penix.
The Falcons are minus 2.5. Minus 2.5. At the Buccaneers.
Come on, John. You know that's nothing special. That's just a standard Scorpion 3Y avocado, man.
Leave Brady alone. Please.
Their last 2 Super Bowls that they won. John Gruden and Tom Brady. What's on my mic? There we go. I could see it out of the corner of my eyes. I don't know if you guys notice. I'm a little bit neurotic. Just slightly neurotic. Some kind of something here on my mic. Get that thing off of there. Yeah. Where was I? We welcome those of you that are, oh, by the way, to help you switch your trifecta today, our only Friday guest is Lee Sterling. He's back from ParamountSports.com. Coming up top of the one. All right, so we welcome you, those of you that are watching on WZZN TV, to see me playing with my mic, trying to brush the stuff off my mic. It's in my eye. Maybe I can get it there. So, yeah, okay. It's like a little fleck of something, and it's in my eye. I can see it, and I'm a little bit neurotic. You know what I mean? You can watch the show on X as well. Check that out if you haven't. We welcome the listeners on 97.7 ESPN the app as well. Those listening over the air in Winchester, Tennessee on ESPN Winchester. Your phone lines are open 256-576-4977. That's how you get into this trifecta. You can text the show and text your picks in at 732-9TA show. There's already been a couple three come in now there. If you want to get in that way, you can do that. Otherwise, get on the phone with us. That's 732-982-7469 for the text window. 256-576-4977. Works for everybody for the call-in line. My X feed is at Thom Abraham Show. The trifecta is posted there. The zone is on X at 97.7 ESPN. The trifecta is posted there. It's also on the Facebook page. Go ahead and follow at ESPN Winchester. If the guys posted it right, the trifecta is posted there. And go ahead and snag not only the Zone app, but grab that Talk Radio WZZN app for more great programming, including Huntsville High tonight. And Huntsville High will also be on 97.7-1. We got a slam night with high school football tonight, again, on the High School Sports Streaming Network. Got over the air and on the primary stream. It's Buckhorn at Coleman. I will be on that game along with my boy, John Boy Dewey Magoo. First time I've been down there at that stadium. Those two teams are both playoff teams. The Bucks out of Region 8 and Coleman out of Region 7. They're both the 4 seed. So it's kind of an interesting, both 3-3 in their region. It's a non-region game. It's kind of a interesting test for these two teams. They're going to be up against it. Look, they're going to be up against it because they're going against the number 1. Bucks are going to go against the number 1 seed, Oxford, out of Region 7, which has got the best quarterback in the state of Alabama, probably. And you're going to have the Coleman going up against, it looks like Fort Payne, who's a very, very well-coached team. We got that one going on. Over on Zone 2, it's Madison Academy at Plainview. Both of those teams are 4-2 in the region, 4-4 over. So that's a huge game there. Zone 3 has playoff-bound Randolph at North Jackson. Potential region title is on the line there. Zone 4 has Sparkman hosting Florence. The Sens could end up being a 2 seed, or they can miss the playoffs altogether. Jumpin' Joe Hunk and Captain Cool will be there. They're probably wearing shorts on this 83-degree day. On Zone 5, Westminster is at New Hope. That's a huge one, too. Westminster 4-2, New Hope 3-3 in region play. There's a lot going on. On top of all of that, the Huntsville Havoc opened up the season tonight. That's on Zone 6. ESPN Winchester will have Franklin County, and Huntland will have WCDT2. And on Monday night, just a reminder, we have the Alabama-Memphis, the VBC, number 2 Alabama, taking on Penny Hardaway's Memphis Tigers from the VBC. It'll be on in the Tennessee Valley, locally on the Zone, and on the Zone app. Those of you in Tennessee that want to hear an Alabama basketball game against Memphis, you can get it on the app if you can't get it over the air. Steve Moulton and I will have the coverage for you on that one, presented by TOC, North Alabama Mortgage, Rocket City Federal Solutions, and Baumhauer's. We will broadcast from Baumhauer's on Monday, not Tuesday, but Monday. That's your pregame headquarters for Alabama and Memphis. Zone deals are back and better than ever. Now, big zone deals. We got all kinds of great deals, half off. Some of the great restaurants around the Tennessee Valley. That's good for those of you listening in Franklin County as well. Take advantage of these deals. You can go to 97.7 ESPN to Facebook or the X page to get a link to the deals before they're all gone. Now, today we did something new. I'm just trying something. We did something new. We rolled out our first one-day special. We call it Today's Big Deal. That's what it's called, Today's Big Deal. And today's big deal is 2 people in a cart at Gunther's Landing for just $50. It's a $150 value. I'm no math major, but that's more than half off. $50. It's incredible. Absolutely ridiculous. All right, back at Mission Control. Playing the Play Doesn't Matter and the Stacks of Wax and answering the phones, living large and in charge on a Friday, getting ready for Sparkman and Florence. Just Jumpin' Joe Hung.
Baby shark, baby shark.
Hello, I'm looking for some horsemen.
I've got plenty. How many you need?
4.
4 horsemen. Can't hardly understand what you're saying, but
Sorry, I got a little bit of a list.
If I saw myself in clothes like those, I'd have to kick my own ass.
Tom, can you get me off the hook? For old time's sake.
Who in the blue hell are you?
I'm the producer of this show. If I didn't step up, you're nowhere. I put this thing together out of spit and polish.
What is your name? Detective. It doesn't matter what your name is. And this is important because once you get that third one, they hit that little tank, hit that heroic ability.
Satisfaction is guaranteed. So passionate.
Jordan! So long as lives in the sea, you can't have what's left of me. And as far as I can tell, it's our time. I wish.
Joe, you ready to do you think they'll have like heat timeouts tonight? I mean, like it's the first week of the season or what? I mean, this is nuts.
This is absolute garbage.
It's crazy.
I should not be worrying about if I should be in shorts and short sleeves in a high school football game that's going to determine if they're going to make the state playoffs or not in October. No, I want to be cold. I want heaters. I want to see breath in the air as the players are playing. No, I don't want to be sweating my tail off. This is garbage.
So if Sparkman wins, are they definitely the 2 seed?
Yes. If Sparkman wins, they're the number 2 seed. If they lose, they can still make the playoffs if Huntsville beats Bob Jones. So it is could
happen.
Yeah, it can happen. Yeah. Absolutely. So we're going to be scoreboard watching. We're going to be giving updates of all the games that are happening, every bit of that throughout our game, because it is all connected. So when Sparkman's hosting a playoff game for the first time since 2006, which also is the last time that they beat Florence. So there's a lot to this game tonight.
I think my son was on that team. No, he was not. Was my son on that team? See, 2006. I think that my son Joe was on that team in 2006. Let's see, 2006. That means you graduated in 2007. No, he was not on that team. He was not on that team. I think his last year was 2005 would be his last year. I believe that to be true. Son, if you're listening, let me know. Were you on that team or not?
On ESPN Winchester, if you're listening right now.
Yeah. Yeah, let me know. I think he was on, I think it was the year before, because his last game was at Spain Park. And I remember his last play. He was going over the middle for a pass, and he got hit right at the logo. And Joe, he was a wide receiver, and the first thing that hit the ground was the back of his head. I mean, he got his mother, my wife, thought he was killed. She was like, oh, my God, he's dead. I'm like, no, he's not dead. He banged up a little bit, but I don't think he's dead. He wasn't dead. Will you be
2004 was the last time that was when Sparkman and Spain Park. It was the first round
Spain
of the
Park?
playoffs. Yep, that was
right,
2004.
There you go. So that was his last game. So he was class of 2005. Yeah, that makes sense because he was class of 2005, and by 2007 he was on the staff as a student assistant at Alabama. All right, so that makes sense. All right, good job by you knowing my kids' history better than I do.
It's all right. I mean, you got a lot of them.
Yeah, I do. I mean, that's the thing. I got a lot of them. And Captain Cool was playing. I said he played in the playoffs in Tennessee. Apparently, I was wrong about that. Captain Cool was playing like I guess it was. He's got a 4-year college degree, so it's got to be 4-2. He's been out of college for a couple. I guess it's 6 or 7 years ago since Captain Cool was playing at Franklin County. He played at Franklin County when they were winning games, when they were going like 5-5 instead of 0 and whatever.
Like Columbia.
It was a different time. Will you be? They're not quite Columbia. It hasn't been 80-something games in a row, but they haven't. I don't think they won in. I don't know. They're on a heater right now, man. I don't think they won a game in 15, 18 games, something like that. I might be making that up. So will you be scoreboard watching your New Hope team as well, because they have your alma mater has a chance to stay in the playoff hunt if they can get that victory tonight in their game.
Yeah, no, I'm going to be scoreboard watching a lot of these games. That's going to be whenever John's going to be updating about things that are happening. I'm going to be looking at the scoreboards to see, making sure that I've got everything written down so that we can say that. So yeah, there's a few games that I've got to pay attention to tonight. Few games.
And as a seam head who is a Braves and Royals fan, will you even care what's going on in LA tonight in game 1 of the World Series?
I'll be paying attention to it. I won't have it on like a monitor or anything the way that I probably will the Bob Jones Huntsville game because even last week with Austin and James Clemens, our game was such a big blowout that we had the video monitor pulled up onto the Austin game, and I was almost starting to give play-by-play of what was happening in Austin James Clemens. So it won't be quite like that, but I'll at least be paying attention and seeing what the scores are.
I will have my tablet in the booth. I got a non-region game. I don't care what else is going on around the region. I have a non-region game. I will have my tablet on in the booth at Coleman, and I will have the game on. I'm just telling you, I have to. I mean, come on. Kidding me?
Just don't be giving updates like you did a couple of weeks ago. Like, God, it's going to happen. I can't believe that Aaron Judge didn't do that. Yeah, just don't.
You don't think people want updates on the World Series? I mean, we'll have tomorrow night. Tomorrow night, we'll have World Series Game 2 on the Zone. We'll have World Series Game 2 tomorrow night. So will ESPN Winchester have World Series Game 2. So why? Well, you don't think I should say at least the score?
Tell me the score.
Say the score.
Yeah, but don't be like, don't be like, all right, and there goes Buckhorn dropping back, and I can't believe he swung at that. God bless it. Oh yeah, touchdown, Buckhorn. So it's don't do that or anything. Okay. You know, maybe mute the phone so that as you're doing it, we're not hearing all the family of Abrahams texting each other. Okay.
The phone muted.
Yeah, the phone needs to be muted.
Well, we're all working games except for my son Danny, who's a huge. I don't think he's listening right now because he's working right now. It's his birthday today. Happy 20. Let's see, 20, 24, carry to 1. I think he's 20. Oh,
speaking of birthdays, how great is it and how crazy is it that the entire state of Alabama did not care about Kalen DeBoer's birthday yesterday, where they worship Nick Saban's birthday? They almost changed Halloween into Nick Saban Day just because it's his birthday, and not a soul knew
Yesterday was Kalen DeBoer's birthday?
Yesterday was Kalen DeBoer's birthday, and not a single person in the state of Alabama cared one bit about it.
Yeah.
Not one person. Everybody's like, oh, it is? Huh.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Look at that.
I think that Saban actually called DeBoer to wish him a happy birthday, and then he asked him,
what the hell's going on?
That's what he asked. That's what he wanted to know. So maybe that was the deal. I don't know. Okay, I'll tell you what. Let's get today is also Juan Soto's birthday. How about that? My son is the biggest Yankee fan probably in the family, except for me, and he shares a birthday with Juan Soto. So my son's 27. So Joe, I got him a World Series hoodie, a 2024 World Series New York Yankee hoodie for his birthday. It was $100 with the shipping.
Yes,
$100 for a hoodie. It It's a Hyundai.
I know a place you can get it for about 2/3 that. You just got to wait about 3 or 4 weeks to get it.
Well, yeah, but it's some kid in China, writing it with a marker or putting an interlocking NY on.
It's all legit.
Okay.
It's just stuff that just doesn't pass the inspection.
Okay.
So you just, if you wear a large, you order an extra large. That's it. It's no big deal. You get it.
All right. Let's get a break. When we come back, we'll start taking our calls. What do we got over there? We got Wolverine, Dan, and Brandon. So we got legends ready to rock and roll here. And you can jump in right behind them now. 256-5764-97.7. It's the Tom Abraham Show. It's Football Friday. Back in a moment.
Specializing in simple and affordable rentals, McCurry Van and Car Rental can make sure you have just the right vehicle for your next family vacation, weekend getaway, or if you just need transportation while your vehicle is being repaired. McCurry carries Ford Transit vans and Mercedes Sprinter vans, trucks and work vans, and more. And they offer discounted rental rates for long-term rentals. Now with 4 locations: Athens, Muscle Shoals, Coleman, and Huntsville. Log on McCurryRentals.com to make your reservation now. That's McCurryRentals.com.
Hey there, everybody. Bob Baumhauer here, letting you know that we understand that times are tough and we truly believe value matters. So, by popular demand, we brought back our Inflation Bites menu featuring scratch-made meals that will make the whole family smile and your wallet, too. Menu items start at just $7.99, and any entree comes with a free beverage. Try our classic tailgate burger for just $8.99 or our hearty Bam Bam chicken platter for $9.99. Baumhauer's Victory Grill. Legendary fun, legendary food.
It's time to get ready for game day. That means Alabama football and tailgate. Whether you're tailgating at home or at Bryant-Denny, visit Brooks & Collier for North Alabama's largest selection of premium grills and smokers like Big Green Egg, Blaze, Delta Heat, Memphis, and Traeger. Satisfy any palate with our wall of rubs and seasonings. For all your tailgating needs, visit Brooks & Collier at 813 Meridian Street or at brooksandcollier.com. An Alabama tradition for over 75 years. Roll Tide.
Flying nonstop from Huntsville is a breeze on Breeze Airways. They're nice people flying nice people to nice places on really nice planes. Let's be direct. Nonstop from Huntsville to the places you want to go. Las Vegas, Orlando, or Tampa starting at $49. It's time for a weekend getaway or a long overdue week away. Time to check in using the convenient Breeze app and check out. What are you waiting for? Book today at flybreeze.com. That's flybreeze.com. Breeze Airways. Seriously nice.
Are you tired of power outages disrupting your life? It's time for a Generac standby generator from Current Electrical. Storms may rage outside, but inside your family's powered up. So why choose Current Electrical for your generator needs? 1, we offer a wide range of models to suit every budgeted energy requirement. 2, our project managers handle every step of the process: power, gas, permitting, and inspections. 3, our certified technicians install your generator with precision, ensuring peace of mind. Don't wait for the next blackout. Call 256-880-1880 or visit us online at JetSuperstore.com.
You've got to experience Toyotathon at Bill Penny Toyota. They've got the selection with over 700 new Toyotas to choose from. And they've got the extras with Bill Penny perks and a 10-year unlimited warranty. So get on over to Bill Penny Toyota today and experience Toyotathon. Bill Penny Toyota in Huntsville and online at BillPennyToyota.com. Bill Penny's Toyota 10-year unlimited warranty is valid through the 10th year of ownership. Valid on new vehicles only. See dealer for details.
This first segment of the Tom Abraham Show today is brought to you by Owen Home Appliance Center. With the holiday season just around the corner, Owen Home Appliance Center has a great deal for you. A complete Frigidaire kitchen. I'm talking about buy the fridge, the range, the microwave, get the dishwasher free. And if you need a commercial kitchen for that huge family that's coming in for the holiday season, let them help you out there too with brands like Viking and Mealy and KitchenAid and Z-Line and Cafe. All kinds of quality products, quality pricing, quality service. That's the name of the game for Owen Home Appliance Center. I gotta get my outdoor kitchen. I got a place to store it because my space is not ready. I got a place to store it. So I gotta get that thing. I gotta get that thing in. All right, let's go to the lines. We kick it off with, let me give it to him today. Natty Danny. Natty Danny, welcome to the show. How are you?
Oh, man, what a beautiful day. Got the top down on my 5.0 Mustang GT 25-year anniversary vehicle. Can love it. And so I want to touch on a couple things real quickly because I know Grumpy's going to be mad real fast. You know, you haven't won a game against this year, the Predators. You know that. You're 0-2. So let's move on to the next topic. How about those Lions? Woo! We beat LA and we beat Minnesota. And LA beat Minnesota. So we got the
Don't
tiebreaker.
peak too soon.
No,
Just make sure you don't peak too soon now.
No. We got the pack, the cheesies, and those, teddy bears. Don't worry about it. We're going to get the tiebreaker on them too. All right. We're going to be in the Central Division. You win that championship, and then go on to the Super Bowl, brother. You know that as well as I do. Alabama North. Woo! So with that said, what a wonderful day. Real quick, man. Help the wife out today, Tom. I watched her book. Make her happy, okay?
Good.
Yeah. This morning, I told the boys I was on top of the roof cleaning my gutters with my shirt off. Yeah! Being a he-man. I love it. I'm Jack, brothers. I'm going to go work out. Let me do my trifecta because last year, who was the man? Excuse me, last week, who was the man? It was
You were the man.
me.
You were the man.
Yeah,
You were the man. You got it. You are in the lead right now. You and Kyle are tied for the lead with 6 points right now. So Auburn gets 2.5 at Kentucky.
Auburn ain't doing nothing, man. I got to go Cats.
Joseph to the 5. Touchdown, Kentucky.
Missouri gets 16.5 at Alabama.
Okay, now here we go. Don't let me down, Bama. Come on, I'm picking your team. Don't let me down.
Roll Tide.
LSU gets 2.5 at Texas A&M.
You know what? I like that alligator in the phone booth. You know who I want?
I get right there, come on. All right, hey.
The Falcons are minus 2.5 at the Bucks.
I'll take the Bucks.
Come on, John. You know that's nothing special. That's just a standard Scorpion 3Y avocado, man.
Who wins the World Series and how many games?
Well, before I do that, I want to say you're new, Diggs. I like your building, man. It's a nice building. I like it a lot. So congratulations on your new facility, first off.
I don't know what you're talking about. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Your new place you're going to for the state.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Okay,
I have no idea what you're saying.
Okay, all right. I don't either. All right, so disregard. Okay. So anyway, where was I? All right, let's do the Yankees.
You're going to go with the Yankees? And how many games?
I'm going to say Yankees in 6.
Ball game over. Yankees win. The Yankees win.
All right, we got you in.
All right, man. Have a great weekend, Tom.
All right, appreciate you. Good job by him. Up next is Brandon. Brandon, welcome to the show. How are you?
Man, I'm sitting here looking. 25 years ago today, Bobby Bowden got his 300th win by beating his son, Tommy Bowden.
Wow.
How about that?
It's pretty cool.
Did give Joe a Burger King crown. He's been turning the music up in the station, and he is doing an outstanding job.
Joe's very good. Yeah, he's good. He's good. He's cranking it out.
When you do, I got a friend at Donahue Chevrolet, and he's going to be listening to, I guess, the Fort Payne game tonight. And he said, on your stream that you do, he said, I don't know if they can or cannot do this. He said, but if you're listening on the phone, is there a way, if you look at your phone, that they can have the score on that?
Not that I know of. No, if you're listening to it on the app, I don't know how they could possibly do that. I mean, come on now. That'd be pretty cool stuff, but I mean, it would be that I don't even know how they would do that.
He just asked me, and I said, I have no idea, but I don't know what Voodoo Joe may have, so I just figured I'd pass it along.
Yeah. All right. You ready to get in?
Trifecta. Let's get in.
All right. Auburn gets 2.5 at Kentucky.
I'm taking Auburn. Kentucky couldn't score with Quaaludes.
Are you guys going to put us in with 3 losses in the playoff?
No, I don't have to worry about that. This is your Coach Dewey. Missouri gets 16.5 at Alabama.
I'm going to take Alabama to cover because this is a make or break game.
What the hell's going on?
Well, yeah, but if they win by 2 touchdowns, it doesn't break them. You know, I mean, they could still, move on. They win by 2 touchdowns, go to LSU. Got to beat LSU anyway. LSU gets 2.5 at A&M.
A&M.
A&M bought every player.
Are you hoping, or do you think that that's what's going to happen?
No, I think that's what's going to happen. I think A&M is a well-coached football team right now.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, they are. Falcons are minus 2.5 at the Bucks.
Y'all should do it in the A. And people are picking this one by Pastor Troy. I'm going to take Atlanta to cover.
The Falcons are headed to the Super Bowl.
And give me your World Series winner. And in how many games?
The Yankees in 5. And what is the spread on that Fort Payne game tonight?
I have no idea. I don't look at the spreads on the high school games.
I don't. You don't.
I don't.
I'm not talking about them, but you look at them.
I don't even know the site, to be honest with you. I know Joe would have to share with me what the site is there. I don't even know what the site is. And I wouldn't care about the Fort Payne game at this point anyway, because it's a non-region game.
So who right now of those high school teams has already won their region and might possibly not be total foot on the gas tonight?
Just letting you know, Fort Payne is a 49-point favorite.
7 touchdowns.
We don't have any of our 6 teams, any of our games. We don't have anybody that has actually won the region already, and it might not have their foot on the gas. But I think even if you've won the region, I mean, you take Coleman and Buckhorn. All right, they both can't. They can't change. They know who they're playing in the opening game of the playoffs. They are both locked into the 4 seed in their region. It's a non-region game. It's not going to affect anything regarding the playoffs. But it's still, you only get 10 games to play in high school football. So it's not like you're going to be resting a lot of people. I mean, maybe next week you rest somebody if somebody's dinged up or whatever. But you want to go, especially for those teams. I'm sure Coleman would like to finish 6-4. This is their last game. They're 5-4. I'm sure that the Bucks would love to get to 6-4. They'd have to win this week and next week against Grissom to get to 6-4. But none of these teams really have locked up the overall number 1 seed. Randolph has a shot at it. So we'll see what happens with them. But it's not. Nobody's really got it locked up yet.
So this is week 9 for y'all?
This is week 9. Well, it's week 10 because everybody's had a bye already. So it's really week 10. Some teams have played 8. Some teams have played 9.
You just have to be careful of those teams that this is their senior night and they may play a little deeper into the roster. So if you're putting some money on some of these games, if it's senior night at home, just know that they might not go as pedal to the metal so as to get some of these guys that haven't really got to play before you drop that money on the table. Roll Tide.
It'll be interesting to see who's doing that because I've seen more and more teams doing senior night earlier in the year. Buckhorn does senior night on opening night. And other teams, I've seen a couple of senior nights so far. I think I saw senior night. I think it was senior night for Mae Jemison last week. I'm seeing more and more of those senior nights earlier in the year now.
Now, Huntsville did their senior night against Sparkman. That's like week 5, I believe is what it was. But tonight is senior night for Sparkman. So
is it? Okay.
They go back and forth.
So some are later, some are earlier. All right, Brandon, that's a good job by you. Oh, wait a minute. He said Yankee. Oh, you'd say Yankees in 5?
Ball game over. Yankees win. The Yankees win.
All right, we got him in. Good job by him. Joe, I don't even know where would you bet on a high school football game?
It's under the bleachers.
If you were so inclined.
Yeah, it's under the
to
bleachers.
Do it.
Yeah.
Oh, is it?
Like, Coleman and Buckhorn are playing tonight. Coleman's a 20-point favorite. Just, it's under the bleachers.
What? Are they really?
Yeah, 20-point favorite.
20-point favorite?
Yep.
You hear that, Bucks? You hear that? You're a 20-point dog. Really?
Yeah, 20-point favorite.
They're 5-4. Bucks are 4-4. I didn't. Wow, that's interesting to know. I didn't. From looking at the film and everything else, I thought this would be a, closer game than that. It may be. I mean, hey,
doesn't mean the line's going to be right. It's just what we
Kennesaw
have.
State was a 27.5-point dog to unbeaten Liberty, and they beat them the other night. 27.5-point dog. What was it? What was Vanderbilt? Vanderbilt was a 23 or 24-point dog when they beat Alabama.
Yeah. The numbers aren't an exact science.
No, they're not.
No, they're not an exact science. So like Parker and Woodlawn tonight, Parker's a 50-point favorite according to my site.
That one's probably take the money line on it.
That may be true, but just letting you know, like we have those, and then there's the like Opelika and Garver Montgomery. That's a 5-point spread.
There you go. What is the Randolph North Jackson game?
Right now, North Jackson is a 13-point favorite.
Really?
Yeah, 13-point
Hear
favorite.
that, Randolph? You're a 13-point dog. Use that.
In our game tonight between Florence and Spartman is a 4-point dog.
I can see that. That should be a good game. That'll be a good game. All right, let's get a break. We'll come back. Jump on the phone lines. You want to get in? 256-576-4977. Get you into the show. Make your picks. It's the Thom Abraham Show. More in a moment.
You're listening to the Thom Abraham Show with Joe Hunk on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
This is Brent Musburger's VSiN Action Update on 97.7 ESPN The Zone. This action update is brought to you by G-Bank. Earn cashback rewards on every eligible gaming transaction. VSiN.com/GBank.
College football this Saturday. 5-2 Alabama squares off with 6-1 Missouri. It's a battle of two top 25 teams. Crimson Tide down to number 15 in the AP poll. Missouri is 21st. The Crimson Tide are favored by 16.5. The over-under is 51.5. Alabama minus 800 on the money line with Missouri at plus 500. 3-4 South Alabama is home on Saturday. They take on 5-1 Louisiana Monroe. South Alabama by 7, over under 45.5. Auburn's a 2.5-point underdog, plus 115 at Kentucky. That's the VSiN Action Update on 97.7 ESPN The Zone. I'm Chuck Sanders.
Tom Luganbill here for my friends at Woody Anderson Ford. Bobby White and his team take great pride in their service department, and you can see it the moment you walk into those beautiful new service lanes. And just like a championship team, they all work together to make sure your experience is second to none, whether you drive a Ford or not. Also, check out the gold certified pre-owned inventory at Woody Anderson Ford for great deals every day. Stop by and see them at Jordan and Sparkman or at Woody Anderson of Madison on Hughes Road, or visit WoodyAndersonFord.com.
Eagle Masonry and Installation. It's right there in the name. Eagle is your one-stop shop for block, stone, or brickwork, monument signs, and outdoor kitchens and fireplaces. Eagle also offers the finest craftsmanship and insulation, including fiberglass or spray foam insulation, and of course, insulation removal. Philip Love and his team have years of experience, bringing the region the best in masonry and insulation services. For more information and a quote, visit insulatewitheagle.com or call 256-755-1556. Eagle saves you time. Eagle saves you money.
SportsMed is the official team physicians of the Rocket City Trash Pandas. And if the pros trust SportsMed, you can too. SportsMed provides every service you might need for complete orthopedic care, specializing in orthopedic surgery, sports medicine, joint replacement, spine surgery, neurosurgery, and podiatry. And they offer their own brace shop, in-house full-body MRI, physical therapy, walk-in clinic, and so much more. 4 locations and on the web at sportsmedalabama.com.
Embark on a flavorful journey at the Brewers Cooperative, located within the vibrant community hub of Stovehouse in Huntsville. Their brewery isn't just about crafting exceptional beers. It's a destination where culinary delights and local brews harmonize. Whether you're seeking a laid-back lunch or a lively dinner with friends, their diverse menu has something to please every palate. And with a commitment to quality and a passion for innovation, they invite you to savor the unique flavor of Huntsville's craft beer scene at the Brewers Cooperative.
You need a lawyer and pick up the phone. I'm attorney Gary Lackey. When you call for a lawyer, where does that phone ring? It might be in a call center somewhere, maybe 100 miles away, but my phone rings in my office.
The Lackey Law Firm. I'm attorney Justin Lackey. My phone rings in my office too.
So does mine. I'm attorney Jennifer Lackey. And when you've been hurt and need help, we're here. We're the ones who take your call.
And get what you deserve.
You want to talk to your lawyer. You don't want to reach a call center. With the Lackey Law Firm, that never happens.
The Lackey Law Firm.
And this is the most important part. We'll treat you like family because that's exactly what we are.
The Lackey Law Firm.
And I'll go you one better. If you can't come to us, we'll come to you.
The Lackey Law Firm. The Lackey Law Family. 1-800-4-RIGHTS.
No representation is made that the quality of the legal services to be performed is greater than the quality of legal services performed by other lawyers.
From the Fox 54 Weather Center, I'm Chief Meteorologist Jordan Dressman. A mostly sunny sky this afternoon. Temperature is going to be in the mid-80s. It is going to be a warm evening for Friday night football. In many cases, we're talking about football games with temperatures somewhere in the 70s. We do eventually fall into the low 60s as we head into the overnight early into your Saturday morning. A mostly to partly sunny sky Saturday afternoon. Temperatures climbing into the lower 80s. An isolated shower certainly can't be ruled out, but it does look like the vast majority of us are going to be dry. Chief Meteorologist Jordan Dressman on your home for ESPN Radio, 97.7 ESPN, The Zone.
Listen to the Bama Recap Show, presented by Lawler's Barbecue.
The tackle. Williams, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns, 2 electric early
on 97.7 ESPN, The Zone.
And welcome back to Thom Abraham Show. On a football Friday, it's all football music. So if you want to jump in, you can do it now. 256-576-4977. Got a good Friday trifecta for you. We will feed you. If you hit the trifecta, we feed you. We feed everybody that hits the trifecta and the bonus question. So it doesn't matter how many of you will get that right. We'll feed you. And then you got your multiplier, which of course is the Yankees and the Dodgers in the World Series. And Joe, I don't know, is there any way that World Series can live up to the hype? I mean, we've seen Super Bowls like this where they're super hyped up, and then some, more often than not, they end up being duds. And I just don't know in this case that this could possibly live up to the hype, as much as it's being hyped up.
No, it has to be better than 2016 Cubs Indians. It's got to be better than 2001 Yankees and Diamondbacks. I mean, those are the last two really great World Series that you can really think of. When it has to be better than those.
And in both those cases, they had a team in there that wasn't really, star-studded type team. You know what I mean? I mean, the Diamondbacks. I mean, plus you had the whole 9/11 thing going on there, and you had Mr. November with the Jeter's home run in New York. But that was not necessarily as much as stars. This here,
the Diamondbacks had some stars on it.
They had a few, but I mean, it wasn't like Yankees Dodgers. You know what I mean?
No. The uniform wasn't what it was, but I mean, you had
Mookie Betts. You're talking about, there've never been this many MVPs in a World Series. There's never been 250 home run guys in a World Series. So there's never been's in this one. But I don't know how would it live up to. I can't live up to those two World Series, but I mean, how would it live up to even its own? I mean, I guess if it goes 6 or 7. It would be a thing.
Well, you got to it has to be close. That you can't have these 7 and 8 run ball games where it's 9-3 and things like that. Right. Even that 2001 World Series Game 6 was a blowout there, but everybody was already preparing for Game 7 anyway. But you've got to have walk-offs. You've got to have close games. You've got to have runners on 2nd and 3rd with 2 outs in the top of the 9th type situations. It has got to be your best going up against the best multiple times. That's going to be the only way. It's going to be Shohei at some point in time on not pitching, but hitting up against the number 1 pitcher for the Yankees in a key situation. Those are the types of things it has to be.
What are the chances that there's a game where both Ohtani and Judge hit a home run?
Oh, I think if that was a bet on an app, I would totally take that.
I wonder what the odds would be on that. I could look at one of
that has got to be a bet somewhere
sure
that where Ohtani and Judge both go yard, which up until about a week ago would have actually been a lot harder bet because of how Judge had been doing in the playoffs. But this year it's a little different. So yeah, that would definitely be something that you would make a bet on, and I would place a bet on that for sure.
Ohtani bets Judge Soto, or Ohtani bets Judge Stanton. There's something like that, all hitting home runs in the same one. It'd be crazy. I gotta look up some of those props. There's gonna be some crazy props in this World Series. Could be a higher scoring game tonight than you think, though. I know you're thinking about Garrett Cole being on the bump, but he has not been exactly lights out. It could be a little bit higher scoring tonight than what you think. The over-under tonight is 8.5 runs. All right, we'll get a break. When we come back, phone lines remain open. We'll set you up for the top of the hour as well. It's the Thom Abraham Show. More in a moment.
You're listening to the Thom Abraham Show with Joe Hunk on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
Normally, when you call a roofing company, all you hear is you need a new roof, not when you call Fleming Roofing and Restoration. Since 1965, the folks at Fleming have been focused on what you need, whether it's an easy repair or a full roof replacement, commercial or residential. And when it comes to storm damage, you want Fleming on your side. They know all the ins and outs of insurance claims and will guide you through the entire process. Log on FlemingHSV.com and book your free estimate today. Fleming Roofing and Restoration. We show up.
Hey, Huntsville. Looking for action-packed events? The Huntsville Sports Commission is your hub for all things sports. From youth events to national tournaments, we've got events that thrill and inspire. Whether you're an athlete, a fan, or a volunteer, there's something for everyone. Cheer on your favorite teams, witness amazing talent, and be a part of the excitement. Check out our event calendar and get involved at huntsvillesports.com. That's huntsvillesports.com. Be there, Huntsville.
Hey folks, Bobby White back again for Woody Anderson Ford. If you're in the market for a new ride, now is the time to make your move. We've got over 700 new Fords to choose from, and with over 2,700 Google reviews, our customers have spoken, giving us a pretty impressive 4.4 out of 5 stars. Believe me, we work hard every day to earn those 5 stars. Just tell us what you need. This month only, we're offering big savings on your favorite Ford models. You can save up to $10,000 off MSRP on a 2024 F-150 Super Crew pickup. Or take $9,500 off MSRP on a 2024 Edge all-wheel drive. And if you're looking for something even bigger, take a spin in our 2024 family-size Expedition, available for $11,000 off MSRP. Deals end October 31st, and with always, it's with your good credit. Stop by Woody Anderson Ford today or visit us online at WoodyAndersonFord.com. With deals this good, you don't want to wait. I'm Bobby White, and we hope to see you soon.
Coming up on Monday night, listen to our hometown broadcast of the second-ranked Alabama Crimson Tide taking on the Memphis Tigers on 97.7 ESPN The Zone, live from the BBC. Our hometown broadcast is brought to you by TOC, the Orthopedic Center, world-class expertise, exceptional care. North Alabama Mortgage, home loans start here, serving Alabama, Tennessee, and Florida. And by Baumhauer's, your big game headquarters.
From the Fox 54 Weather Center, I'm Chief Meteorologist Jordan Dressman. A mostly sunny sky this afternoon. Temperature is going to be in the mid-80s. It is going to be a warm evening for Friday night football. In many cases, we're talking about football games with temperatures somewhere in the 70s. We do eventually fall into the low 60s as we head into the overnight early into your Saturday morning. A mostly to partly sunny sky Saturday afternoon. Temperatures climbing into the lower 80s. An isolated shower certainly can't be ruled out, but it does look like the vast majority of us are going to be dry. Chief Meteorologist Jordan Dressman on your home for ESPN Radio, 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
Follow us on Twitter. Subscribe to us on our YouTube channel and Twitch. Just search 97.7 ESPN. We are 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
And welcome back. Thom Abraham Show. The segment of the show is brought to you by the Orthopedic Center. Among other things, the Orthopedic Center helping us bring you Alabama and Memphis on Monday night. And don't forget that tonight, the after-hours clinic will be open. I hope nobody needs it. Not just for players, but for anybody out there that needs it. Open till 11 o'clock tonight at the hospital location down there, or at the downtown location for TOC. It's the after-hours clinic, and you don't have to be at a TOC school to utilize the after-hours clinic as well. All right. You want to jump in? You can do it. 256-576-4977. Grumpy is up. Grumpy, welcome to the show. How are you?
Hey, pretty good. The lead in before the one you just played, that was the Lone Ranger. Who's using the Lone Ranger theme?
That's Kentucky.
Yeah. Kentucky uses the open to the Lone Ranger thing. Then it rolls into their deal.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll do the trifecta.
All right. Auburn gets 2.5 at the Lone Rangers.
I'll take Tonto and his buddy.
We need another punch in the mouth.
It's just not buying into them. Huh? I mean, one of these games, Auburn's going to bleed lights out and do something. I don't know when.
Yeah, they haven't done anything since before the Maryland game last year. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah. Missouri, and by the way, it's a certified now worst 5-year span for Auburn football since 1950. The worst 5-year stretch for Auburn football. I mean, it's just crazy. Missouri,
it's just getting worse. Yeah.
Maybe, but I don't know, because they got a great recruiting class. They're going to have 2 very good quarterbacks to compete next year for that job. How can it? I don't know.
We haven't had a great we haven't had a great quarterback since Cam Newton, and that's facts.
Yeah.
Don't tell me about Bo Nix. We'll go ahead with Missouri. I don't want to take every time.
All right, so Missouri is where you're going to.
You want to boo me? Fine. Boo the starting quarterback. It's bull crap.
You're going to get 16.5. LSU is plus 2.5 at A&M.
At A&M, I guess at A&M, I'll go with A&M.
A&M bought every player.
The Falcons are minus 2.5 at Tampa Bay.
I'll take the home team in the NFL, Tampa Bay.
Leave Brady alone, please.
World Series winner in how many games?
I'll take L.A. in 6.
The wait is over. The Dodgers are going back to the World Series.
All right, you got them in.
Okay, thanks.
Appreciate you. I mean, they're going to have quarterbacks, right? I mean, they're going to have guys competing. We're going to really find out whether or not, Hugh Freeze is the quarterback whisperer that he portends to be. I mean, yes, he brought in Peyton Thorne, but that was somebody else's guy. I mean, he's going to have 2 young quarterbacks. He's got the Walker White kid. He's got the Deuce kid coming in. That's 6'5", 210, 215 pounds. Multifaceted type kid. I mean, they're not blowing him out at the end of this year. It doesn't matter what they do. They could go 3-9. They're not blowing out Hugh Freeze. He's going to get next year to try and get this thing turned around. I thought they were turning it around this year. I had them at 8-4 this year. Looks like they're 4-8. I had them at 8-4. We'll see. Not like you get a better draft pick if you lose to Kentucky. But it would be nice for them to build some momentum and get that victory. All right, when we return, Lee Sterling will join us from ParamountSports.com. He's coming up next right here on a Football Friday on the Thom Abraham Show.
Coming up on Monday night, listen to our hometown broadcast of the second-ranked Alabama Crimson Tide taking on the Memphis Tigers on 97.7 ESPN The Zone, live from the VBC. Our hometown broadcast is brought to you by TOC, the Orthopedic Center, world-class expertise, exceptional care. North Alabama Mortgage, home loans start here, serving Alabama, Tennessee, and Florida. And by Baumhauer's, your big game headquarters.
The company is Eagle Masonry and Insulation, but did you know they're also Eagle Landscaping and Dirt Work? Eagle can take care of all your landscaping needs, including irrigation, sod work, and planting, both plants and trees. On the dirt work side, Eagle can grade and build your pads, haul dirt in or out, and even do erosion control. Philip Love and his team can do it all for you. The website is the same, insulatewitheagle.com, as is the phone number, 256-755-1556. Give them a call and see what Eagle can do for you. Eagle saves you time. Eagle saves you money.
Tom Luganville here for my friends at Woody Anderson Ford. Bobby White and his team take great pride in their service department, and you can see it the moment you walk into those beautiful new service lanes. And just like a championship team, they all work together to make sure your experience is second to none, whether you drive a Ford or not. Also, check out the gold certified pre-owned inventory at Woody Anderson Ford for great deals every day. Stop by and see them at Jordan and Sparkman or at Woody Anderson of Madison on Hughes Road, or visit WoodyAndersonFord.com.
Hey folks, Bob Baumhauer here. Are you ready to enjoy another great football season with us here at Baumhauer's Victory Grill? Our special big game headquarters menu includes fan favorites such as our gooey char-grilled chicken and chips, Victory Caesar salad with your choice of char-grilled chicken, grilled whitefish, or shrimp. And you'll definitely want to tackle our gooey char-grilled chicken sandwich with a fresh mojo marinated boneless chicken breast topped with a Blanco cheese and bacon served with curly fries. Baumhauer's Victory Grill, legendary fun and legendary food.
This is SportsCenter.
I'm Christine Lisi. A star-studded World Series gets underway tonight from Los Angeles when the Dodgers host the Yankees in Game 1, 7 Eastern ESPN Radio. Jack Flaherty, Garrett Cole. This is the 12th Fall Classic matchup between the teams and the first in 43 years. The rivalry dates back to 1941 when the Dodgers were in Brooklyn and the Yankees were seeking a 5th World Series title in 6 years. NFL Commanders today plan to have quarterback Jaden Daniels attempt to practice. Daniels is dealing with a rib injury. If he can't play on Sunday, Marcus Mariota starts against the Bears. PSG will take their wage dispute with Kylian Mbappe to court after the LFP ruled in favor of the French captain. He's reportedly seeking around $60 million in salary and bonuses he says he's owed by the club. PSG said his contract was legally amended, and he reneged on commitments when he left to join Real Madrid.
WCZN, Union Grove, Huntsville, Alabama. 97.7 ESPN, The Zone.
No representation is made that the quality of legal services to be performed is greater than the quality of legal services performed by other lawyers.
A wise man once said, if you take care of old folks and children, everything in the middle will take care of itself.
Hi, I'm Danny Aldridge, lawyer in Alabama and Tennessee. In the next 20 years, the number of those folks over 65 years of age will more than double. In our golden years, the most important goal is to be treated with dignity and have control over doing what makes you grateful with those you love. At the Aldridge Law Firm and the Legal Town Center, we're dedicated to help you with these goals, and we'll be there when life throws you those inevitable curveballs. Let us assist you with your legal needs, whatever they may be or become. You may reach us by phone at 256-534-3188 or online with Dan at danaldridgelaw.com. Just remember, we're here to help. Whether it's personal injury, wrongful death, fraud and cheat, or estate planning made complete, we're here to help.
College football.
The ball is caught. It is a touchdown.
Major League Baseball.
That ball is gone. A home run.
This is your place for complete sports coverage all year long. 97.7 ESPN, The Zone.
You need to be more like a dog.
Like what you guys are doing. You've got your fingertip on the pulse of your listeners. You guys know what they're talking about.
Be a dog.
God bless the show. You are the Messiah.
We need more dogs.
This is the best show on radio.
The big dog, Thom Abraham, is here with you.
Hey, I see you. I see you, dog.
So settle in and get your bark on.
That's my dog.
Now live, here he is, the big dog, Thom Abraham.
How you doing?
Look, I don't speak Spanish.
I don't know how to say this, so I'm going to choose my words very carefully. I think you're a psycho. Do you know who I am?
I mean, that guy sounds like Dale McPherson farting into Miles Davis' trumpet.
I guess I'm on here. Am I on? Can somebody respond?
Get off my
I have to drag my Yankee ass out of here.
Welcome back. Hour number 2 of the Tom Abraham Show. So, Joe, would it be unethical of me, or should I tell Matt Patterson that they're a 20-point dog tonight at Coleman?
Yeah, I would probably keep that one to myself, unless you just happen to be listening on 97.7 ESPN The Zone, or for some reason ESPN Winchester, because he's up there today. I don't know why he would be, but I'd probably keep that one to myself.
Well, you don't think it would be motivation for them, maybe just to or do you think it would be discouraging? Like if you said to the kids on the bus on the way down to the game, hey, I heard we're 20-point dogs, you don't think that would get them fired up?
I don't know. I mean, no. Yeah, I'll probably keep that one.
Oh, God, we're going to get whacked.
I mean, I haven't told Coach Watson yet that Sparkman is a 4-point dog to Florence. I haven't told him that.
Who the heck is making line on these high school games?
It's a secret.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a secret.
Somebody downstate, though, right?
Yeah, it's
not somebody around here.
No. It's not my friend Dan or anything. No, it's something like that. Got buddy Charles that watches a lot of film on Huddle.
Yeah, you'd have to. All right, joining us now, a guy that's not recommending any high school games, but he does a tremendous job with the college, the NFL. Hoops is starting as well. He is Lee Sterling with ParamountSports.com, and he is on the Neighbors Wealth Management Hotline. Lee, welcome back. How are you?
I'm good. They have lines for high school games
in Alabama. They do. Yeah, they do.
Wow.
Yeah, they do. It's pretty extensive.
So where do you bet them? It's not legal to bet in Alabama.
No, well, I mean, yeah. So I guess you'd bet it with the same whoever's taking the action. I guess same guy that takes the action on the Alabama Missouri game. I guess will take the action on the.
And are they getting? Is there volume there on it?
I know. I have no idea. Somebody's playing. It might be like Joe said earlier. It might be the guys underneath the grandstand. Maybe they're.
Well, they do have. When I go to games in Miami, they do have going on all the time. You go to the Mecca. It's where they play games, the big games. It's for like Central, where Dalvin Cook and guys like that played, and Teddy Bridgewater. There's quite a few bookmakers there, but I've never seen actual lines for high school games.
So speaking of Miami, and what planet do we live on now that the Florida State Miami game doesn't even get up for discussion? We don't even put it on the list for discussion. I mean, it's
Crazy.
like a 21 and a half point line, something like that. I mean, it's just nuts.
Miami's going to destroy them. I mean, 2 years ago, Miami lost 45-3 on the same field.
You believe that?
I was looking at a stat in Pro Football Focus. They have a stat for everything. Florida State leads the country with 21 drop passes. I counted 34 that I've counted in their games. That must mean, when you're playing with your wife and you throw it underhand to your wife?
Yeah.
Like perfect right there in the breadbasket. 21 drops. They've had way more than that. So I think they're being generous. I mean, the way to attack Miami is to push the ball down the field. And Florida State throwing a screen pass is a very it's an adventure. So I think Miami. I think they're going to keep their starters in till 4 or 5 minutes to go in the game.
Recruiting
game, something like 45-10.
Yeah, only even for recruiting. Miami's going to go undefeated in the regular season without playing a ranked team. I mean, they're going to be 12-0. They're not playing a ranked team. So the question would be, if they were to lose to Clemson, let's say in the ACC title game, and they're 12-1, and all 12 wins were against unranked teams, would they still put them in the playoff?
Absolutely, yeah. They still get in. They're not going to be, a top 5, 6 seed. They might be 8, 9, 10, but they won't. Trust me, they won't be 11 or 12.
I mean, they beat Cal by 1 point. They beat
It's on the road. It's a tough,
Louisville by
Cal played with almost everyone.
Yeah, they've been.
I mean, Cal beat Auburn by what? By country mile.
Yeah, no, they did. They beat them, but it wasn't by a country mile.
No.
But they did go. Yeah, everybody beats Auburn. No, now I mean, you know what I mean. I mean, it's not like it's the end of the world if you beat Auburn. That's for sure. All right, let's get to the games that we've got here. Speaking of Auburn, I guess they had to put a line on this for somebody, and it'll be in Lexington. Kentucky's been very, very disappointing. Auburn's been very, very disappointing, and Kentucky is a 2.5 point favorite. What do you think?
I think if you're going to go to this game, you got to have a really good looking date. I mean, you got to make sure. I mean, how do you sit through this game? I won't watch. This is one of the games where, and I do a lot of live betting, where I just can't watch the game. I can't do it to myself. I'll watch it on Monday or Tuesday in 23, 24 minutes, watch play-by-play and just go through it. I can't watch 3.5 hours of this. Both offenses are atrocious. Auburn had so many chances last week to break open that game and couldn't put them away. Kentucky, I mean, that was embarrassing, the way they played to Florida. I mean, Florida's getting better, but this is not a great Florida team. Not even decent. Florida's going to win like 3 or 4 games. I think you give it to the home team, Kentucky, 12-6.
By the way, I'm looking at the live lines now. It's actually come all the way down to 1.5, and some 12-6. Is that what you just said?
Yeah, 12-6.
12-6. Good God. Oh, my Lord. It would set things back a long, long ways if it ends up being 12-6. That's for sure.
What do you think? What do you think as far as the Auburn coaching staff? One more year they get?
Oh, they'll get one more year because he's got a stud quarterback in there now, a highly ranked quarterback, and he's got another one in the class. They have a top 5 recruiting class. So I think he'll get a chance to do something with this group next year. And I had them at 8-4 this year, and they're going to be 4-8. It looks like.
Is he going to be able to get most of these kids to come in for the spring, though?
Well, that's going to be. Is he going to get them to come in at all? I mean, that's going to be the question: is how many of these, and does he lose any of those 4 great wide receivers he got? How many of those guys say, "Screw it, we're out of here"? You know, in this day and age, that's the thing. Do you know the last time Oklahoma was a 20+ point underdog?
I'm going to guess maybe the last season that Howard Schnellenberger was a coach.
How about 348 games ago? It was November 22nd, 1997. They were a 24-point dog to Texas Tech.
Was Schnellenberger there?
You may be right. We'll put our crack research team in that. Joe, check that out. Was Schnellenberger the coach in 97 of Oklahoma? He may have been. But, that's just absolutely crazy. And now you can
paying the crack staff? You paying them an Oreo
big
cookies?
Bucks. Yeah, they get big bucks for this. Are you kidding me? This is
all right. So here's the way I look at this game. Oklahoma ended up firing their offensive coordinator. Kid that's going to be calling plays, former player there for him, Joe John Finley. Never called plays before. I triple and quadruple checked. This is an offense that scored 15, 3, and 9 points in SEC play. I love Ole Miss coming off the bye. They should be healthy. Wide receiver position. I'm not saying they're going to go on and beat Georgia. We don't know about that. We'll talk about that in a couple weeks. But this is a get-right game here. I think they're going to be aggressive, win big here, 41-10.
I thought that this was, and that guy might be in trouble. Brent Venables. I don't know how long they can
he's
continue.
Defensive coach. How is he going to recruit? Offensive players there. Would anyone want to go there?
No. Unless he was to hire, some stud offensive coordinator, if he was able to, get Cliff Kingsbury or something to come there,
offensive coordinator figures he's got 1 year, right?
Yeah. No, you're absolutely right. Yeah. This line I thought was very interesting. When Alabama went to Vanderbilt, they were about a 23, 24 point favorite in that game. Now Texas goes to Vanderbilt and it's 18. I mean, is that a reflection on respect for Vandy at 5-2, or is that a reflection of maybe Texas isn't quite what we thought they were?
I think it's a combination of both. So they run a lot of combo blocks and a lot of different blocking schemes in their option offense that most teams have not seen before, and they don't have the type of players that can, get through those type of blocks. Texas does. I also like the fact Texas coming off a game where, we called it, we said that Georgia was going to come. Their backs were against the wall. They were going to punch them in the face. First 3 drives they did that, and the game was over. They were never able to totally get back into the game. I think Texas is one of the top 2 most talented teams with Ohio State. I think they're going to play with a different level of intensity we've seen in a long time from them here. I think they're going to lay one on Vandy here. We might see that Vandy quarterback on his back 4 or 5 times. I like Texas big here, 45-17.
Might see an arch sighting in Nashville then. That's what you're thinking. If it's going to go that big, yeah, it could happen. Yeah. All right. The team that I think at this particular point in time, maybe there is an excellent chance that Texas and Texas A&M are going to play back-to-back weeks, possibly, depending on what happens with Georgia. At the end of the season, we'll see. But Texas A&M, it was hovering all week around 2.5. In a lot of places now, it's down to 1.5. Against an LSU team that seems to still have the stank of losing to USC on them, but it's been pretty good lately. I'm very interested to see what you think about this one. LSU at Texas A&M getting maybe 1.5.
Yeah, and you just judge these two teams by what they did the first week of the season.
Yeah,
you'd be betting against them, and they've come on and won every single game. So A&M had a brand new coach. They had, I think it was 17 of the 22 players had never played together, never started for A&M. They're improved. And LSU, from that first game against USC, if they played USC now, I think they beat USC by 2 touchdowns. I think Garrett Nussmeier really settling in. He might be the best quarterback right now in the SEC. 18 touchdowns. He's only been sacked twice. He's got weapons all over the field at running back and wide receiver. Underdog is 3-0-1 the last 4 in the series here. Wrong team favored. Yeah. LSU outright 28-24, straight up.
I'm with you 1,000%. I mean, they really opened my eyes against Arkansas because I thought Arkansas would hang.
Would you agree right now, the way they played against Arkansas, if they play that way, they beat anyone in the SEC. Would you agree?
Yeah. And if they get this victory here, I mean, it sets up a monster game, an elimination game for Alabama next week when the Tide go there to play them down there. So that's going to be fascinating. And speaking of the Tide, this one opened up around 14. It's come all the way up to 17.5, and then it's back down again to 16.5, somewhere in there. Missouri's quarterback is banged up. I think he plays, even though he's listed as doubtful. I don't know what that means anymore in college football, but their running back is out. What about Alabama returning home? Do they find their groove and to get back to who they were, up until halftime of the Georgia game when they apparently had a lobotomy?
This is a game I'm not playing for my clients. I can tell you that much right now.
Yeah, who knows?
I mean, how do you come back and play the last 15, 16 minutes of the game and then you can't play the next week? I mean, it makes no sense. I know the kid went to the hospital. I'm not making it up. But then again, I mean, what's going on with a backup quarterback, Drew Pine? I mean, he had played, extensively one year at Notre Dame. Threw 22 touchdowns that year. Even played at Arizona State. Started the game. Came into the game. He couldn't complete a 5-yard pass. I mean, he looked like an absolute stiff. There's that unknown. I do know the Missouri defense pretty solid. They are going to play an Alabama team with Jalen Milroe, who is clearly struggling the last couple games. I don't think the play calling has been good. I mean, why you just keep trying to get it to Ryan Williams? They've got to be more diversified. They got to throw to other receivers. They've got to run the ball more. And then look at penalties. Last year, top 5 in the country, only penalized 48 yards per game. This year, 127th in the country in penalty yards, over 78 yards per game. I mean, that's crazy. To be that much of a difference, almost 30 yards per game. So they're handing to their opponent. I'll hold my nose, hold my breath, whatever you want to call it. Alabama wins 28-17, but Missouri covers.
Did you know yesterday was Kalen DeBoer's birthday?
I saw that.
Yeah. We actually got some exclusive video because Nick Saban did call him.
What the hell's going on?
That's all he said. Yeah, that's all he said.
What the hell's going on?
That was it. He really didn't want to know anything else. Is he going to be
at the game tomorrow? No, he won't be at the game, will he?
I don't. Where is game day tomorrow? I don't know if I don't think
it's in Indiana.
Oh my gosh, is it really? That's right.
Yeah.
Up in Indiana.
What time's the Alabama game?
2:30 Central. So, no, I don't think he'll be there. No, I don't think he'll be there.
Probably not. No.
Yeah.
How many games has he been to this year?
He's been to a few. He's been to a few at least. Yeah. I mean, he's been up in that booth. He was definitely there for that Georgia game. That's for sure.
I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah. So. All right. How did they get this Arkansas game, a 6.5-point favorite at a suddenly sporty Mississippi State? How do they get that?
Yep. First 5 callers to call 800-400-9741. We will give them the game for free. 800-400-9741. First 5 callers will get Arkansas, Mississippi State on me. I have a real strong opinion on one side here, Arkansas, Mississippi State. 800-400-9741. Stand by to take your call, explain to you how everything works here, give you the game on us, and we are rolling. I mean, 12-4 since last Thursday.
Wow.
We hit our 40 to 50 unit max wager last weekend with the Cincinnati Bearcats, and last weekend of the month. So I came up with a promotion because it's one of those rare 2 weeks where every single sport's going on and we're winning. How about this? In honor of Stuart Scott, the Halloween Booyah Bundle. $147 is going to get you 3 days of football from today through Sunday. That's 10 to 12 selections. You're going to get the World Series selection tonight, tomorrow night, NHL hockey, and we've got actually 3 plays tonight in the NBA. 3 days of action. If you bought it separately, it cost you over $400. The 3-day Halloween Booyah Bundle, just $147.
Wow.
Where can you jump on board? Just one place, ParamountSports.com.
And I was going to ask you, and you answered the question when you said that. You still got your NHL guy, right? I mean, because you had an NHL guy that was hotter than a pistol, and it's hard to find a guy for NHL. Yeah, so that's good.
He is really good. I mean, he's a college kid. He played, started off at Ohio State, blew his arm out. He was on the baseball team. He's going to be their number 1, number 2 pitcher. He ends up going. He played hockey for Ohio State, and actually went to Miami Law School. That's how I found him. My daughter was dating her fiance, was best friends with him, and here he was sitting in class in law school, sports management, and he never paying attention. He was figuring out, using algorithms, how to figure out all his games. He sits there and watches probably 4 or 5 games every single night.
Yeah. All right.
So
well, that's good.
Never know where you're going to find him. So
going to get some hockey picks. Going to have to get some hockey picks from that dude. So again, tell him what the cost is for that deal.
I'll take care. I'll send you the number. You can. It's on me. You've always done.
No, I mean
right,
what the cost is for your special deal there for your Booyah special. What is it?
147.
147.
Yeah,
that's an excellent deal right there from Paramount Sports. Good job with Lee Sterling. Lee, I appreciate you so much. Have another great weekend.
All right, you too, big dog. Take care.
All right, thank you. Lee Sterling. Tremendous. And he's got a hockey guy. That's good, too. All right, so you heard his thoughts. Now it's time for you to get your thoughts in. 256-5764-97.7. Get you into the show. What does Alabama have to do is Alabama identity-less? And as everybody is kind of, losing their minds over this, are we doing a little bit of revisionist history? I'll explain when we return. It's the Thom Abraham Show. More in a moment.
Hey folks, this is Arthur Seaton, managing partner at University Kia, proudly saying Roll Tide and War Eagle. Stop into University Kia today and shop one of the area's largest selection of new Kias, including Fortes, Seltos, Telluride, and Popular Carnival, and fully electric EV6. View all the great specials at universitykia.com and get pre-approved in minutes so you can drive home your new Kia you really want, because we want to see you in a University Kia.
No representation is made that the quality of legal services to be performed is greater than the quality of legal services performed by other lawyers.
A wise man once said, if you take care of old folks and children, everything in the middle will take care of itself.
Hi, I'm Danny Aldridge, lawyer in Alabama and Tennessee. In the next 20 years, the number of those folks over 65 years of age will more than double. In our golden years, the most important goal is to be treated with dignity and have control over doing what makes you grateful with those you love. At the Aldridge Law Firm and the Legal Town Center, we're dedicated to help you with these goals, and we'll be there when life throws you those inevitable curveballs. Let us assist you with your legal needs, whatever they may be or become. You may reach us by phone at 256-534-3188 or online with Dan at danaldridgelaw.com. Just remember, we're here to help. Whether it's personal injury, wrongful death, fraud and cheat, or estate planning made complete, we're here to help.
Electric cars are coming faster than you think, and that's why we're bringing SEMA Connect to Alabama.
Our team educates you and helps provide a long-term plan for your business.
where to put them, how to get them there, how to pay for them, tax incentives, service, and monitoring. We take care of everything.
Doing the right thing means bringing EV car chargers to Alabama. Let us help you with your EV charging plan.
Tom Luganbill here for my friends at Woody Anderson Ford. Bobby White and his team take great pride in their service department, and you can see it the moment you walk into those beautiful new service lanes. And just like a championship team, they all work together to make sure your experience is second to none, whether you drive a Ford or not. Also, check out the gold certified pre-owned inventory at Woody Anderson Ford for great deals every day. Stop by and see them at Jordan and Sparkman or at Woody Anderson of Madison on Hughes Road, or visit WoodyAndersonFord.com.
At Mr. Sparky, we're America's on-time electrician. Flickering lights and hot switches can be annoying, but they can also signal a major problem, or worse, an electrical emergency. So play it safe and leave it to the experts at Mr. Sparky. Trust our team of professional, clean, and friendly electricians. We'll get it done right and get it done safely.
You don't have to put up with any malarkey. Call 888-8-SPARKY.
Independently owned and operated, licensed in the respective state or county.
The segment of the Tom Abraham Show is brought to you by the Service Department at Woody Anderson Ford. They're there for your routine checkups for your Ford or other brand. But if you got a bigger problem, their expert service technicians will quickly diagnose it and use state-of-the-art tools to get it resolved. Don't forget the mobile service that they have at Woody Anderson Ford as well. The convenient mobile program takes care of things like oil changes and tire rotations and part replacements. If you can't get in there, they'll change your windshield wipers to fix up your lights, if you need that done as well. And if you can only get in there on a weekend or in the evening, it's the Quick Lane Service Department for your one-stop shop for brakes and tires and battery work. It's all done at Woody Anderson Ford. WoodyAndersonFord.com is where you can learn more. Don't forget the certified gold pre-owned vehicles with Woody Anderson Ford as well. All right, we are, Joe, my listeners are fantastic. They're great. They're knowledgeable, maybe degenerate gamblers. I'm not sure, but we did throw it out there as to, what would the juice be? What would the chances, the odds be of Shohei Ohtani, Aaron Judge, and Juan Soto, let's say, all hitting a home run in one game, in the same game and in tonight's game. So one of our guys is in on that action, and he's got Aaron Judge, Shohei Ohtani, and Juan Soto to all hit a home run in the game tonight. $40 bill brings back $1,041. $1,041 on a $40 bet. That's not bad.
Well, it's all, I mean, it's I could see two of them hitting the home run, but I wouldn't see all three.
The over-under for all three individually, the over-under is a half. So, you can bet on Shohei hitting a home run or Aaron Judge hitting a home run or Soto hitting a home run, one, so the over-under is half. And, but if all three hit a home run, his $40 will bring back $1,041. So we'll have to monitor that. Let's see how that goes. So what the possibility is of that. And, with Garrett Cole and Jack Flaherty going tonight, I would say that the chances aren't that great, but anymore, if these guys go 6 innings, it's huge, right? They go 6 innings and they're out of the game, and then we don't know what happens when you get into the bullpens.
Yeah, and Jack Flaherty's velocity is down a little bit, so I would say it's more likely for Aaron Judge and Soto to have a home run right now with the way they're hitting.
Flaherty, I think if Flaherty gets out of the 4th inning, I'll be surprised. And Garrett Cole, he's the kind of dude. I mean, Garrett Cole could go 6 or 7 tonight. That could happen. But I mean, these are two great offenses, and that's why this matchup is so fascinating. It really is, a fascinating matchup. All right, you want to get in? 256-5764-97.7. We'll get you into the show. I'm talking about Alabama, and everybody. I understand the angst largely because of the loss to Vanderbilt. It's just such a horrific loss. It feels like. Now, what if Vanderbilt goes 8-4? And then you still say, well, that's a horrific loss. But, I mean, maybe you shouldn't have blown them out. What does Vanderbilt do this week? If Texas goes in there and just destroys Vandy, then, you got a concern. But Alabama beat the team to beat Texas. This is the way college football is right now. This is the way it is. But for the narrative that is out there, that this team just all of a sudden, in Kalen DeBoer's first year after, Nick Saban, that all of a sudden they're awful. They're terrible. They're undisciplined. They're highly penalized. All I want to say about that is 2022, Alabama was the most penalized team in the SEC. They beat Texas at Texas 20-19, and Texas's starting quarterback was knocked out of that game early in the game. They squeaked by Texas in that game. Okay? They pound Vandy. They beat Arkansas comfortably. They squeaked by Texas A&M at home. Remember, that's a 4-point win at home. They go to Tennessee and commit 17 penalties and get beat. They score 49 points in a Nick Saban defense, and that was a Nick Saban defense. I don't care, Pete Golding, anybody else. Nick Saban defense. Just like this is Caleb DeBoer offense, that's Nick Saban defense. Gave up 52 points in that game. Gave up 52 points in that game and lose that football game. They beat down Mississippi State. Then they go to LSU and commit 15 more penalties and lose 32-31 at LSU. They go to Ole Miss and they squeak by Ole Miss. Remember this? Hammer Auburn in the Iron Bowl. Don't make the SEC championship game and beat Kansas State easily in the Sugar Bowl. But that was a 2-loss team. That was the most highly penalized team in the SEC. All right. Then you go to last year and see a lot is glossed over from last year because of the fact that they go and they win the SEC championship. And here we are. We're halfway through this season. We have no idea how it's going to end up. It doesn't look like, Alabama's most likely eliminated from SEC championship consideration. But again, last year, most penalized team in the SEC. They get beat at home by 10 points. They take a double-digit loss at home to Texas. A double-digit loss. Then they squeak by South Florida in a rainstorm. What a mess that was. Who's the quarterback? Who knows? Beat Ole Miss by 2 touchdowns at home. Got rolling against Mississippi State. Squeak by Texas A&M. Squeak by Arkansas. Beat Tennessee by 2 touchdowns. Beat LSU. Both games in, revenge games. Both games in Tuscaloosa. Beat Kentucky. Squeak by Auburn on a miracle play. A bad Auburn team. It's a bad Auburn team. Squeak by needed a miracle play to beat Auburn. And then they go beat Georgia 27-24. And Nick Saban's the greatest coach in the history of coaches. They lose in overtime to Michigan, only score 20 points against Michigan. This is the narrative that all of a sudden they suck. They don't suck this year, and they weren't great the last 2 years. They just, they beat Georgia in the SEC championship game. Yeah, this team was up 28-0 on Georgia in the first half this year. And then hung on to win that game. So all I'm saying is just take a breath. This team does need to find that identity. They need to decide, are they a punch you in the mouth team? Are they a finesse team? Do they only have one receiver? We know they don't. They have more than just Ryan Williams, but this is now the thing. It's going to throw it at Ryan Williams 20 times. They've had one game where the 2 running backs have had double-digit carries. Does that change? This is not a make or break game because it's not like you have to cover the spread to make it to the playoff. It would be nice to see them go in there and romp over Missouri. But if they win this game by a couple of scores, then they go to LSU and win the game by 1 point, they're still in play. So just take a breath. I guess that's just all I'm trying to say. There are a lot of things that are annoying. There's no doubt about this team. But take a breath. All right. Let's go to the lines. Paulie is up next. Paulie, welcome to the show. How are you?
I am looking forward to tonight to see the Bronx Bombers take care of game one. And I'm happy that I'm one of the guys that predicted this World Series. So I'm cherishing that extra point. Did anybody else call this World Series?
Well, you had to have hit. Did you hit that week? Because you only got the extra point if you the multiplier if you hit the trifecta that week. That's what that was all about.
No,
if you
I
didn't hit the
trifecta,
no, it wasn't a standalone. No. It was just like it is this week. It's a multiplier. You got to hit the trifecta. Then, if you hit the bonus on top of it, you get multiple points. You can't just get a point because you called it.
How's Paulie? Oh, Paulie won't see him no more.
Now he's upset with me.
Anyway.
All right, so let's see what you can do with this one here, because it has the multiplier on it as well. Double whatever points you get in this one. All right, we start with Auburn getting 2.5 at Kentucky.
I'll take Kentucky.
Joseph to the 5, touchdown, Kentucky.
All right, Missouri gets 16.5 at Alabama.
Lately, the Dogs have been getting the points and not, they're only getting beat by 7, 11 points. I may have to take the points on this one.
You want to boo me? Fine. You don't boo the starting quarterback. It's bull crap.
That's bull crap. Don't boo the starting quarterback. He's in the hospital. LSU gets 2.5 at A&M.
Is it at night like last week? Is there a good night?
It is at night. At A&M at night during the World Series.
I'll take LSU again.
Falcons are -2.5 at the Bucks.
I have to take the Falcons because they lost their 2 main wide receivers, and one of them was my guy on my fantasy team, Godwin. I have a monster guy next week, and in 47 seconds, he breaks his ankle.
There is no way the Falcons are drafting Michael Penix.
Yeah, they are. All right, and World Series, Yankees in how many games?
5.
Wow, Yankees in 5. So they get it done in the Bronx, is what you're saying.
Ball game over. Yankees win. The Yankees win.
They got to win the first 2 at home. They got to. There's no other option.
Yeah, well, I'd be happy the Yankees get a split in L.A. Just get a split in L.A. and get home ice back and then go home and do some damage.
I'm hoping that they take 2 there, split 1 in L.A., and win it back home.
Yeah. If they can get the split in L.A., that'll be good. Now, if they win tomorrow or win tonight, then you'd be like, oh, they can take control of this thing by winning in L.A. Unlike though.
The good thing is that Judge is heating up. He's been a little rested. The whole team is rested. They got the lineup set. There's no complaints, no excuses. The best scenario, you beat the team in 5, get that extra day and a half, 2 days of rest, and then they got to come see you first.
They talk about how rare it is to go down 0-2 and then come back and win the series. But yet the Yankees did it in 77 and 78. They lost 2 in LA and went home and ended up winning the series in 6. They did it again in 96 against the Braves. Remember, they lost the first 2 in Atlanta and then won that World Series. So, yeah, they're the team that seem to be able to do it.
When Leverett hit that home run, I was all Yankeed out at this little Waffle House on the way to Knoxville, and they see me, and that whole place is packed, and the radio's blasting with the game. Do you know what the score is? And they were winning. And then right as I turned on the car, I hear, Larry hits the home run.
Yeah.
None of them people sat there going, why is that crazy New Yorker beeping his horn? And then they hit the news. They're like, their faces. Oh, my God, when I walked back in and told them the score. Oh, by the way, you want to know what the Yankee score was?
Yeah. And that ended Mark Avery that he hit it off of? I think it was Avery. And he
Mark
never
Wohlers.
bounced. Mark Wohlers. I'm sorry, Mark Wohlers. He hit it off of Mark Wohlers, and Mark Wohlers was never right again after that. I mean, it literally ended his career.
Yeah, it was devastating. Yeah. It was devastating. Yeah.
Mark Avery.
That was a magical
Mark
moment
Wohlers.
there in Knoxville.
All right, man. Appreciate you. Have a great weekend.
Go Yankees. Go Dolphins.
Go Yankees is right. Yeah, go Yankees. Go Tua Tagovailoa. So he does. We'll grab a break. We'll come back. Keith, the Michigan fan, is up. My cousin Vinny is up. You can slide in behind those guys next, right here on the Thom Abraham Show.
You're listening to the Thom Abraham Show with Joe Hunk on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
This is Brent Musburger's VSiN Action Update on 97.7 ESPN The Zone. This action update is brought to you by GBank. Earn cashback rewards on every eligible gaming transaction. VSiN.com/GBank.
College football this Saturday. 5-2 Alabama squares off with 6-1 Missouri. It's a battle of two top 25 teams. Crimson Tide down to number 15 in the AP poll. Missouri is 21st. The Crimson Tide are favored by 16.5. The over-under is 51.5. Alabama minus 800 on the money line with Missouri at plus 500. 3-4 South Alabama is home on Saturday. They take on 5-1 Louisiana Monroe. South Alabama by 7, over under 45.5. Auburn's a 2.5-point underdog, plus 115 at Kentucky. That's the VSiN Action Update on 97.7 ESPN The Zone. I'm Chuck Sanders.
Tom Luganbill here for my friends at Woody Anderson Ford. Bobby White and his team take great pride in their service department, and you can see it the moment you walk into those beautiful new service lanes. And just like a championship team, they all work together to make sure your experience is second to none, whether you drive a Ford or not. Also, check out the gold certified pre-owned inventory at Woody Anderson Ford for great deals every day. Stop by and see them at Jordan and Sparkman or at Woody Anderson of Madison on Hughes Road, or visit WoodyAndersonFord.com.
Rich Eisen here from Monday Night Football on Westwood One. Join us all season long as we get you ready for primetime NFL action every Monday night. Along with Kevin Harlan, Hall of Fame quarterback Kurt Warner, and the entire Westwood One team will take you inside the locker rooms and the stadiums for exclusive previews and all the play-by-play action. Every week on Monday Night Football.
Right here on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
By now, you know about Eagle Masonry and Insulation, and maybe you know that Eagle also does landscaping and dirt work. But how about after paint work? Shower doors, shelving, and mirrors, all taken care of by Eagle, the same Eagle that takes care of all your masonry, insulation, and landscaping needs. Eagle brings the same level of expertise to all these disciplines, and they're ready to provide you with a free quote. The website is the same, insulatewitheagle.com, as is the phone number, 256-755-1556. Give them a call and see what Eagle can do for you. Eagle saves you time. Eagle saves you money.
Embark on a flavorful journey at the Brewers Cooperative, located within the vibrant community hub of Stovehouse in Huntsville. Their brewery isn't just about crafting exceptional beers. It's a destination where culinary delights and local brews harmonize. Whether you're seeking a laid-back lunch or a lively dinner with friends, their diverse menu has something to please every palate. And with a commitment to quality and a passion for innovation, they invite you to savor the unique flavor of Huntsville's craft beer scene at the Brewers Cooperative.
Next time you're online looking for landscaping inspiration, open Instagram and check out Southern Gent Landscaping. They can help make your yard your dream outdoor oasis. Southern Gent Landscaping can handle it all, from landscape maintenance and installation to irrigation and hardscapes, even AstroTurf. Turn your yard into a landscape you'll be proud to show off. Call Southern Gent Landscaping at 256-509-6088. 509-6088. Southern Gent Landscaping. Professional landscaping performed with satisfaction guaranteed.
From the Fox 54 Weather Center, I'm Chief Meteorologist Jordan Dressman. A mostly sunny sky this afternoon. Temperature is going to be in the mid-80s. It is going to be a warm evening for Friday night football. In many cases, we're talking about football games with temperatures somewhere in the 70s. We do eventually fall into the low 60s as we head into the overnight early into your Saturday morning. A mostly to partly sunny sky Saturday afternoon. Temperatures climbing into the lower 80s. An isolated shower certainly can't be ruled out, but it does look like the vast majority of us are going to be dry. Chief Meteorologist Jordan Dressman on your home for ESPN Radio, 97.7 ESPN, The Zone.
Well, I tell you what. I always get these two confused. That's Navy, right? Navy's got Notre Dame.
Close. Army.
Army. Gosh, I always get them confused. Crawdad's going to kill me. Army's off this week, by the way. They're at 7-0 for the first time since forever. A long time, that's for sure. The unknown texter says, the things you are saying about Alabama are all true. You're trying to reason with Alabama fans. It's impossible, like spitting into the wind. But you are correct. Thanks for trying. That's from the unknown texter. I think there is more reasonable fans out there than people think. The problem is the ones that you hear calling talk shows, and especially the ones that you hear calling Feinbaum, all right, which in some cases are, plants. They're going to lose their mind. And Paul, with Paul, and I love Paul, but Paul has a cottage industry about having crazy fans. I mean, Paul built his entire career on the fact that them crazy in Alabama, man, those people are nuts. And you take the craziest of the crazies and put them on, and it perpetuates the stereotype. All right, that's a stereotype, and sometimes it gets a kind of offensive after a while because it's a stereotype, and that's who calls Paul's show. That's not who I shouldn't say just who calls Paul's show, but who gets on the air on Paul's show. But it's the stereotype that they're lunatics down there, and he loves playing it up. And to his benefit, it's got him a $3 million a year gig. All right. Who is not a lunatic is Keith, the Michigan fan, and he's up next. Keith, welcome to the show. How are you?
Doing all right, big dog. Hey, let's get these picks in.
All right. Auburn gets 2.5 at Kentucky.
Kentucky.
Joseph to the 5. Touchdown, Kentucky.
Mizzou gets 16.5 at Alabama.
Mizzou.
You want to boo me? Fine. Quarterback. It's bull crap.
LSU gets 2.5 at A&M.
LSU.
LSU, he says.
I have a Boston, Midwestern, Louisiana accent.
Lost my boy Brian Kelly there for a moment. Falcons are minus 2.5 at the Bucks.
Tampa Bay. Baker Mayfield.
Leave Brady alone, please.
He said those things about Brady. Who wins the series and how many?
LA in 5.
The wait is over. The Dodgers are going back to the World Series.
There's no way they're going to win it in 5. I don't think either's going to win it in 5. I think this thing's going 6 or 7. One way or the other, I think it goes 6 or 7. Yeah. This will be decided in LA.
Shohei going to do another 6 for 6. Have you ever seen a ball player do that before?
No, but he didn't do that against the Yankees. He was doing that against a team that was nowhere near the playoffs. So,
hey, a question for you. I heard on the radio or somewhere I saw to where they changed in the NIL rules. They're going to get rid of it. I thought they said to where all schools now can pay the players.
Yeah.
Have you heard that? I mean, okay.
Yeah, we've been talking about that. That happened over the summer. So what that is that they're never going to get rid of NIL. NIL is just endorsement money. So that'll always be there. What's happening now, what it was supposed to be was NIL was strictly for businesses that they could now pay kids directly for them to endorse their products, use their name, image, and likeness to come to the card lot and get paid $1,000 or do whatever. Well, it turned into just booster money being funneled directly by coaching staffs to players, which they were never supposed to do. So what they did was that they now have said that the schools themselves can pay the players. It's going to be about $22 million a year in payroll, but it's not just football players. It's all the athletic department. So they're going to pay, the girl on the swimming team is going to get some money and the quarterback's going to get some money and so on. And the basketball guy is going to get paid, but there's about a $22 to $25 million pool, depending on what tier you're in, that they'll be able to pay directly to schools that they don't have to hide. They don't have to cheat. They don't have to do anything. Schools are going to pay the player, but they're not employees. So there's no Social Security. There's no disability. They're not employees. They're just, they can pay them basically like a talent fee. but yet the players can still get NIL money. It's like me. I have a salary from the radio station, but I also get endorsement money from outside agencies, and so that's all this is going to be. Same thing in the NFL, right? Look at all the players that do commercials. Shohei Ohtani's on that New Balance commercial. That's NIL. That's name, image, and likeness. That's endorsement. That's all it is.
Okay, gotcha. So Deion Sanders' son can still get 4.5, or the next kid like him can get $4 million from anybody.
Yeah. He can get his money from Kentucky Fried Chicken, and the school's going to be able to pay him money. But the school may only pay him 30 or 40 grand because think about a $22 million budget for everybody. Yeah. Now that doesn't mean they're going to pay everybody, but that's going to be the next threshold. Is that what happened to Title IX? What happened to all this equality stuff? Do I have to pay the right tackle, the backup right tackle? Do I pay him the same as I pay my starting quarterback? No. But what about the kid that's on the soccer team? And there's 19 people that go to the soccer game. Yet I still got to, I got to pay him something.
Yeah, well, I'm glad to see the Lions playing the Titans. That way I can watch the game on television down here instead of listening to them on Sirius XM, which is, I guess a good 1 minute behind live.
Yeah.
But thanks a lot, big dog.
All right. Appreciate you. Yeah, I get the Sunday ticket. YouTube. I'm trying to get a refund on mine. I bought it to watch Browns games. Now I want to gouge my eyes out. If they're an 11-6 year last year in the playoffs, I was like, I got to get Sunday tickets.
Is there any sort of deal like that for Auburn fans? Just is there anything like that?
I don't know.
Okay, just
maybe.
double check.
But they're on every week. You get to see it, and you can't avoid it. It's inglorious.
I just mean like a discount on suffering like that.
Something like that. Yeah, that's what I want. I want to get my money back from Sunday ticket. I want to watch this crap. It's just terrible. My cousin Vinny is up next. Vincenzo, welcome in. How are you?
I am outstanding, Tom. You doing well today?
I am good.
You're good. Okay.
I'm good. I'm just good. Not quite fantastic yet, but I am good right now. I'm trying to navigate the first hour after the show because I got to get out of here and head to Coleman, and I got to make sure I take either my tablet or my laptop because I got to have that World Series game on in the booth.
Well, I don't blame you. I do not blame you. Let's go ahead and do this, Trifecta, and then I got to explain to you why I'm a little tired today.
Auburn gets 2.5 at Kentucky.
I'm taking Kentucky.
We need another punch in the mouth.
I'm going to miss Calipari being at Kentucky. I should be at Arkansas. Mizzou gets 16.5 at Alabama.
I'll take the Tide.
What the hell's going on?
I don't know, Coach. LSU gets 2.5 at A&M.
I'm going to take LSU and set up the big
what he said. And the Falcons are minus 2.5 at the Bucks.
I'll take Atlanta.
The Falcons are headed to the Super Bowl.
And series, who and how many?
Well, Tom, I was really conflicted on this. Okay, and I couldn't sleep last night, so I binge watched The Comeback on Netflix. And it just dawned on me that Dave Roberts is up against the Yankees again.
Yeah.
All right. He's going to come off the bench in Game 4 and steal a base. And the Dodgers are going to win in 7.
Oh, my gosh. I can't believe you went there, for God's sakes.
The wait is over. The Dodgers are going back to the World Series.
We got you.
Okay. Roll Tide.
Well, you got to understand something. He is a Red Sox fan. He's from Boston. So he's a Red Sox fan. So, keep that in mind. We'll get a break. We'll come back. 2-minute warning is next, right here on the Thom Abraham Show.
You're listening to the Thom Abraham Show with Joe Hunk on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
Embark on a flavorful journey at the Brewers Cooperative, located within the vibrant community hub of Stovehouse in Huntsville. Their brewery isn't just about crafting exceptional beers. It's a destination where culinary delights and local brews harmonize. Whether you're seeking a laid-back lunch or a lively dinner with friends, their diverse menu has something to please every palate. And with a commitment to quality and a passion for innovation, they invite you to savor the unique flavor of Huntsville's craft beer scene at the Brewers Cooperative.
Next time you're online looking for landscaping inspiration, open Instagram and check out Southern Gent Landscaping. They can help make your yard your dream outdoor oasis. Southern Gent Landscaping can handle it all, from landscape maintenance and installation to irrigation and hardscapes, even AstroTurf. Turn your yard into a landscape you'll be proud to show off. Call Southern Gent Landscaping at 256-509-6088. 509-6088. Southern Gent Landscaping. Professional landscaping performed with satisfaction guaranteed.
From heirloom diamonds to contemporary jewels, Loring & Company is the place to find something truly special. Whether shopping for a diamond ring for that once-in-a-lifetime occasion or marking a milestone birthday or personal achievement with a Rolex watch, you'll find just the thing in our edit of the world's most sought-after brands, including David Yurman, Roberto Coin, Marco Bicego, and Fopé. Expect a treasure trove of the world's most unique, even breathtaking earrings, rings, necklaces, and bracelets, making choosing just one piece a challenge in itself. Loring & Company Jewelers on Airport Road.
Ann Adams with Berkshire Hathaway Rise Real Estate is the one name to know if you're buying or selling real estate. With years of local experience, Ann Adams offers buyers in-depth knowledge of the local housing market and will narrow available properties down to those you'll be interested in so you can save time when shopping for your new home. If you're ready to sell, Ann offers a seamless process using accurate pricing and expert negotiation skills to make sure you get a fair price for your home. Call Ann Adams today at 256-337-2625 or log on bhhsriserealestate.com.
At Mr. Sparky, we're America's on-time electrician. Flickering lights and hot switches can be annoying, but they can also signal a major problem, or worse, an electrical emergency. So play it safe and leave it to the experts at Mr. Sparky. Trust our team of professional, clean, and friendly electricians. We'll get it done right and get it done safely.
You don't have to put up with any malarkey. Call 888-8-SPARKY.
Independently owned and operated, licensed in the respective state or county.
Our steady diet consists of food and football, and occasionally some baseball and hoops.
Did you eat a lot of paint chips when you were a kid?
97.7 ESPN The Zone.
And a 2-minute warning is brought to you by Minuteman Press. Putting ink to paper is where you'll find Minuteman Press. We use them for all of our promotional items as well. They just do such a tremendous job at Minuteman Press. So good that I actually use them on some stuff for my church. That's how much I think of Minuteman Press. All right, phone line is still open. You can jump in at 256-5764-97.7 if you'd like. Remember, you can always get into the Friday Trifecta right up until, tonight. It's right up until tonight. I mean, this one is right up until tonight because we have the Yankees and the Dodgers in there. So some of you that like to wait until kickoff tomorrow to get your picks in, don't be doing that. Because if you do that, I gotta wash away your pick in the Yankee Dodger thing. Because in the World Series, can't put that in there. Can't have it in there. Okay. One thing we didn't touch on at all on this show here today is that horrific call last night in the Vikings-Rams game where Sam Darnold was basically grabbed by his face mask. His head went Linda Blair in The Exorcist, basically just about spun his head off and thrown down for a safety in the end zone. And instead of it being a 15-yard penalty and the ball out near the 20-yard line and the Vikings with a chance to march down the length of the field and score a touchdown, get the 2-point conversion, and send that game into overtime. Instead of that, it was over. It was over. It became a 10-point loss. Now, look, they had 20 points in the entire game. I'm not saying that call cost the Vikings the game. And there's that narrative that's out there again. This is very similar to the Titans when they lost the Super Bowl to the Rams, and everybody said, "Oh, they were 1 yard away from winning the Super Bowl." No, they weren't. They weren't. But that's the narrative in everybody's mind from Soup 33, 32, 34, 32 or 34, 32 or 34. I want to say it was 32. It was in Atlanta. And, they reach out to the goal line. They would have had that would have to be a touchdown. Was it Sanders? I think it was Sanders. That would have to be a touchdown. And then they have to kick the extra point. And then it was Kevin Dyson. And then it goes into overtime. All right. It's not the Titans did not lose the Super Bowl on that play. They weren't 1 yard short of winning the Super Bowl. But that's how history tells it. Oh, they were 1 yard short from what? Kicking an extra point and going into overtime. That's what they were 1 yard short of. So last night, when that play happened, the Vikings lost an opportunity to keep the drive alive and go down the field. They were down by 8. They were down 28-20 at the time. But that needs to be able to be fixed. Okay? That needs to be able to be fixed with the eye in the sky. The guy can watch. I mean, they're seeing it right there. They call down and they fix other stuff now. They get the call from New York, and they tell them that needs to be able to be, hey, by the way, they just ripped the guy's head off by his face mask. They had him by the grill. Okay? Change that. Fix that. Terrible officiating. All right, that's going to do it. Remember, Monday we will be at Baumhauer's for pregame festivities, pregame lunch at Baumhauer's. Come out and join me before the Alabama-Memphis game, and then we'll have that game for you Monday night. Until then, the Paul Feinbaum Show is next. Enjoy your football weekend, everybody.
This is SportsCenter.
I'm Christine Lee.